was ranked number 6 before the Maia fight. Now number 4. Win tonight could position him nicely.
Yeah, the Maia fight was a little bit of a setback for him, but Maia's just a handful for anybody once he gets a hold of you. Colby Covington obviously made a big statement this week, beating Maia. And Rafael Dos Anjos has looked spectacular since moving up to 170 pounds. Darren Till just entered into a lot of people's consciousness by that stunning first-round knockout of Cowboy Cerrone. Keep an eye on him, but the bottom line is you got a talent-stacked 170-pound division, including former champion Robbie Lawler.
And both of these fighters thought this fight made sense. The matchmakers agreed. Jorge Masvidal has made a career of taking on all challenges tonight. Gamebred continues his pursuit of gold against another one of the best strikers in the game, Stephen Wonderboy Thompson. Two of the top welterweights in the world square off in New York City tonight as Stephen Wonderboy Thompson looks to propel himself back into a title fight by beating the equally ambitious Jorge Gamebred Masvidal.
This is my night. I'm gonna beat Jorge Masvidal. I deserve to be that number 1. I deserve that title shot, and everybody's gonna know it at the end of this fight.
I'm out to dismantle Stephen, for him to no longer be. He's in my way of me eating, my kids eating. There's no going around it. I have to destroy this man.
No stranger to Madison Square Garden, top-ranked contender Stephen Thompson fought current welterweight champion Tyron Woodley to a fight-of-the-night draw in this very building last November. Now following a decision loss to Woodley in their UFC 209 rematch, Thompson returns and will try to make his compelling case for a third title shot when he faces Masvidal.
It's a big opportunity for me tonight to show the fans that I deserve that title shot, that I am the number 1 contender.
Florida's Jorge Masvidal is an old-school warrior whose fighting spirit has won him the respect of fans and his peers. But this versatile and no-nonsense contender is only concerned with winning and getting a crack at that elusive UFC gold. And after winning 3 of his last 4 bouts, including finishes of Jake Ellenberger and Donald Cerrone, Gamebred is closing in quick.
Big deal to beat Stephen because this is the next step. This is the guy stopping me from competing for the belt, which is the most prized, coveted thing in my sport, the UFC belt.
All right, so here he is, Jorge Gamebred Masvidal, making the walk for his 45th professional fight. He's won 3 of his last 4, Joe. There is an argument to be made, though, that he could have won his last 8. He seems to perennially be on the wrong side of these split decisions. We'll see if Masvidal can keep the judges out of it tonight.
Well, I felt like the fight with Maia was a fair decision. Maia just kind of smothered him and did his thing. But maybe in a 5-round fight, he would have had a better opportunity. But what Masvidal is incredibly crafty. Just a real seasoned veteran, a guy that can do it all. He's got really great grappling, which is one of the most underrated aspects of his game. And it's one of the reasons why he can maintain such an upright posture. The question in my mind in this fight is whether or not he's going to be able to deal with the length and the kicks of Stephen Wonderboy Thompson, because Thompson has an incredibly difficult style to handle. Tyron Woodley's been the guy who solved it the best. But Tyron did it with patience and power. You know, that if you make a mistake against Tyron, the consequences are so grave. And Tyron was remarkably patient, much to the chagrin of Dana White and a lot of people that wanted to see more action. But he did what he had to do to win. My question is, can Masvidal close the distance? He can't fight with the same amount of patience because he's only got 3 rounds. And can he get inside the range of those kicks? Because Wonderboy does a lot of wild stuff. A lot of front leg kicks you don't expect. Checks you with the side kick, front leg ground kicks. A lot of things you don't see coming. And sniper-like with his hands.
15th UFC appearance for Jorge Masvidal. He hasn't been finished in more than 8.5 years. We'll see if he can come up large as underdog tonight against Wonderboy Thompson. So here he is, Stephen Wonderboy Thompson, former 2-time UFC welterweight title challenger, DC. This is a special striker, 5-time world champion kickboxer. Last 5 UFC fights have all been scheduled for 5 rounds. He's happy to have a 3-rounder tonight. We'll see maybe if there's an uptick in his aggression and he's less patient than he's been in previous spots.
Well, the pace of Wonderboy Thompson generally won't change because he's one of those traditional martial artists, right? He's not a guy that is out there being reckless at all. It's from that lifelong being in this competitive environment in terms of combat. Stephen Thompson is another one of those guys that started with a very traditional base and rounded out his game enough to actually compete at the highest levels of mixed martial arts. Is he the greatest wrestler? No, but he can wrestle enough to make you stand with him. And it does not take much. As you've seen in fights, Wonderboy can smack you with the top of his foot and put you out. Family tradition of competition, and Wonderboy, once again, is another massive fight in this welterweight division.
You're talking about a guy that George St. Pierre says is the best striker he's ever trained with. You're talking about a guy that's 57-0 as a kickboxer, including 40 knockouts. One of the most sniper-like welterweights you are ever going to see in your life in terms of his ability to capitalize on brief openings. And again, that odd style of standing sideways, long stance. My question is whether or not Masvidal is going to employ similar tactics that he used to beat Darren Cruikshank, who's also a great traditional martial artist. With Cruikshank, he got tagged early in the fight and then turned it into a wrestling match and dominated that. But Wonderboy has spent a tremendous amount of time training with Chris Weidman.
Right.
And doing that, training with a lot of different wrestlers, and really tighten up his